Hello, hello, and hello. And see, I already messed up. Welcome to the Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And we can always come to us first to quench your reality thirst. I'm your girl, Lana, your resident diva. I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. Today, I am going crazy apparently because I decided I was going to drink Mountain Dew this late at night. And so I'm doing it. And hopefully, I will sleep at some point tonight. But I am also drinking my Mountain Dew out of my cup mug. Uh-huh. Cup mug. Da-da-da-da-da, cup mug. And you can get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. And we do ship internationally. So there are no excuses. And I'm looking at you, Italy. I'm looking at all of you. Get your cup merch. Not just the cup mug, but all of our cup merch. Period. Period.
Do it. Well, I'm David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. And I am wearing probably one of my top 5 favorite drag queens. She's a big deal, Lana. You don't know her, but I love her. It
Okay.
is the beautiful, the wonderful, the amazing Ben de la Creme. Yes, I love her. She's so good. I wish you knew her one day. One day.
One day. I love that she's got you wearing a blue shirt today
I
and not black.
know.
Purr, purr,
Yeah, I
purr.
like my. I have like a lot of black shirts and then
Mm-hmm.
a ton of pink shirts with my drag queen shirts too. Um,
I love
pink.
that. We're both wearing blue. I just
I know.
realized that.
Oh, look at that. We're cute,
Look
but
cute.
we're not both drinking Mountain Dew because I am trying to be responsible and drink some water.
Well,
I did have
one
Mountain
of
Dew
us.
earlier today.
Oh, well, I'm about to say one of us needs to be responsible, and it's you, because it's not me. But so we are here to talk about Drag Race Italia episode 2. But before we get started, if you're here and you like what you see, and I know you do, I mean, because why wouldn't you? You have David here, duh, and then you have
And
me,
Lana,
like
duh.
super duh. Like, why wouldn't you like us?
Why do you get a super duh and I just get a duh?
You get a super duh, because like, I
Well,
mean,
then you get a super duper duh.
it's more super duh for you because everybody loves David. So
Nah.
come on.
No,
But
everybody loves some Lana, as they should.
I hope so. But subscribe to the channel while you're here. Subscribe here. Hit this button, the notification bell, so you know every time we put up our video. We have a lot of content coming out, and we put up videos pretty much every day. So subscribe to the channel. And if you like all things reality TV, go subscribe to our other channel, The Cup TV, and subscribe over there because we would love, love, love to build up our subscriptions over there as well. So subscribe here, watch this video, then go subscribe there. And don't worry, we'll remind you at the end of this video. We will,
We will.
definitely. But today we're just going to talk about Drag Race Italia. And we come back into the workroom and Adriana's gone.
No.
Well, I'm sad about it.
I'm sad
Every,
too.
everybody else wasn't that sad about it though. But David, you weren't here
I was
for
there.
our. You here for the first? Oh yeah, you were here.
Yeah,
I'm
I
about to say,
was
were you
there.
not here? I thought I said somebody wasn't here,
Somebody
but
wasn't. But you, me, and
somebody
Logan were here.
we. Yeah, I'm about to say, did I miss something? I did,
Mhm.
but I was very sad about it. I was like, I still, but it was deserved. I will say that.
It was, but Lana, you know,
Hmm.
what do I always say? What do I always say
What do you always say, David?
about eliminations and premieres?
Oh, it should not be eliminations on the first episode. We want to at least see the queens for 2 weeks.
Yes. We need
And
2 episodes from everybody because who knows? She might have had a huge turnaround. We've seen it happen before where, like, even Diabetes, we saw her get eliminated in her first episode. She came back, made it to the finale. So if she could
wow.
do it, Adriana could do it.
And I think so. I mean, we have to think of first show jitters. People are nervous, and then they get comfortable by the second episode. She came back and was amazing. But I understand probably why they don't do it this season because it's 13 queens, and they're like, we don't have time for 2 weeks of the same girls. We gotta get them in and get them out, and that's what
Chop
they
chop.
did. Chop chop. But the girls didn't seem that um sad to see Australian go. They were like, oh, bye. Melissa was like, bye, girl, bye bye. Yeah, like it was deserved. You should have gone. Bye. I was like, oh, well. Like, well. Uh, so we go and everybody is waiting for, they're congratulating Melissa for winning, getting the, is that thick bowl thing the badge that she was wearing?
Was it?
It looked
I
like,
didn't see it.
it looked like a, I thought it was a fluffy toy, but it was, I was like, what is that? Is that
I'm
a,
gonna have to keep an eye out for that
I
next
was
time.
like, is that the badge? Because they look like a big stuffed animal on her chest. I don't know. But if it is, why? If it ain't, okay, thank God. But I don't know. We'll see. Because I think if it is, I'm sorry. I don't like it. If it is, I'm going to be very honest. I don't like that. I want a badge. I want to stick it on there. And
Look,
it's
we
a,
like things bigger in drag, right?
but not a stuffed animal. Like,
I don't think it's a stuffed animal. If I
it look
remember correctly, it is just a badge they usually have. So
okay. Well, we'll see. Maybe I was looking at something totally different. Maybe that was something she decided to wear on her own. Who
maybe.
knows? I could be 100% wrong. But they're all congratulating Melissa. They're asking La Prada how she feels about surviving, and she's like, "Whoo, I feel like this is a competition now." And I when she said that, I said, David said that in the last one that you didn't feel like she was comfortable or she took it seriously.
Mhm.
I remember somebody saying that they didn't think she was taking the competition very seriously, and she ended up in the bottom. And now she's like, "Whoa, I gotta step up," as they would
Mhm.
say, "step my pussy up," because
Right.
this is yeah, it's kind of
Yeah, it's interesting because it feels like I won't get in too much detail yet, but it feels like it's a completely different La Prada in this episode. Like she feels humbled. She's not making her catty remarks, which I didn't mind them. Lana didn't think they were as lighthearted as I saw them, but those were gone. So I think she's definitely getting her head in the game. And honestly, I think she had a good episode overall.
I agree. I think she had a good episode too, and then I'm like, okay, well, if it took you being in the bottom to step it up and realize this is not a game and you got to take it seriously and you have to do, I'm here for it. And like you say, the comments were gone. She was very focused. And I was like, okay, I
I
see
want a
you, LeBron.
little bit of the comments
I
still.
don't
Just a
want any of it.
little
I
bit.
mean, sure. No, I'm not playing. She can give me a little bit of the comments, like, and I think she will. I think it'll come back. I think this was just a moment of clarity, and she was like, "Whew, okay, let me." Once you get into the groove for real, I think we'll get it. Especially if she makes it far, because
Mhm.
the closer you get to the end, I think that's when the cattiness comes out in everybody on all of these shows. Because we've seen some people get really who ain't been like at the beginning, they weren't catty, they weren't talking, and then all of a sudden now they got a whole lot of mouth at the end. It's
Right.
like I'm looking at you, Matraka, because I was like, oh, who is
In the best
this?
way, though.
And I loved it. I loved it. And I like a girl who's quiet at the beginning, who's trying to figure out this competition and starts building her confidence level. And then once her confidence level is built, then she gets into the, and it's not super shady where it's mean, it's shady where it's fun.
Mhm.
And Matraka was giving me fun shade. I'm just gonna put that. She was very fun. So I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. So I hope we do get to see a little bit from everybody. I like a rare.
I agree.
But so the siren goes off and they get the screen and she's like, um, she's telling him about, and when she was talking, I knew exactly what was coming. Like the clues and the hints that she was giving on the screen. I was like, this got something to do with, because she said something like, you'll be hopelessly devoted to me, and that I was like, oh, Grease. Are we doing Grease? And I got it. And then and everybody was like, what's this all mean? And then she comes out. I think she's very handsome out of drag. Kind of handsome out of drag. But I don't know. I wasn't mad at it. I'm not mad at Priscilla out of drag.
You know, the only person out of drag that keeps like pulling me in is La Prada. Every time I'm seeing her out of drag, I'm just like, oh, you're so beautiful.
Yeah. And she knows it.
La Prada, if you're watching this, please hit me up. Here's my Instagram.
I tell you, the thirst never ceases to amaze me on this podcast. But La Prada is very good looking out of drag. I can agree.
And Priscilla hit up Lana.
That's okay. I mean, you can, sure. Priscilla hit me up. We can chit chat. Kiki, you can give me some tips on makeup, because yeah, I'm not good at it. But they so Priscilla comes out, and then she tells us the mini challenge is musical chairs.
Ooh.
And I was like, why? Fun, but why?
Yeah.
They had 15 minutes to get in the drag, and then we're gonna do musical chairs.
I don't mind it. I think it, like, challenges like this, I like it if it can show personality. I don't know if we got a ton of personality from people and how they played this game, but there have been times in the past. I can't remember. There was another season like within the past year that did the same musical chairs. Did you watch it, or
France.
was it France? Okay. And the way they do it though is tricky because they have all the chairs lined up in a row. They're not in a circle. And so the people have to, if they're behind it, they have to run around and then land in the front. So I think this is very easy for production to rig for whoever they want. Just whoever you want to get eliminated as they're going around the back. Okay, cut off the music. So I think they were trying to engineer specific outcomes. Did they get the outcome they want? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure, but
I don't know, but I'll tell you what, the person who won this challenge was very much going very hard. They went hard in the paint for this challenge, and I didn't see nobody beating them. Nope. Halfway through, I was like, I knew who won. I'm like, I know who's gonna win this. I know who's gonna win this, because they going hard in the paint. They're not pulling no punches. They don't care who was in there. They get knocked out the way. Period. Bottom line.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the last girl went flying
flying. She was flying twice.
Even the chair went flying. She's like, let me go get this.
Let me go get it. It's my chair. And who are we talking about? The one and only Sypario. And it was funny because they had to wear these little booty shorts.
They called them C Factor.
C Factor. And everybody put them on. Sypario put them on her head, and Lord name the host
Priscilla.
Priscilla, why did that just go away from me? Priscilla asked why she didn't put them on, and she was like, "These pads are a size S, and I'm a size 7XL." What did you say, 7? And I was like, period, girl. Like these little baby draws ain't gonna fit on me, so I'm gonna be creative, and I'm gonna put them on my head. And I was like, I work, diva.
C Factor wrote an email to, this is not the kind of promotion we were wanting. The winner saying that our stuff was too small for her.
I mean, it was. Did you
get some bigger ass
get some bigger ass pads because you got bigger queens per? But whatever. If you want to stick to them little small baby booties, then that's what you got. And she said what she said. And the winner was like, well, but she ate. She ate down. She knocked poor little, it was who came in? Who did it come down to?
Was it Lightning Aurora?
No,
I don't remember.
I don't remember, but I want to say Sheeva, maybe. I don't know. Whoever it was, they got knocked on the floor twice. It was not even cute. Like it wasn't even wham. Like it was no choice. Like, but so Sypario wins, and so they announced what the maxi challenge is going to be, and Sypario gets to break up and assign the teams. There's going to be 2 teams, and there was teams of 6 on each team, and they were going to do a scene from Greece, and so she picked her team. David, do you have all the teams listed?
I don't. I can remember them though. Oh yes. So she picks Lina, then Sissy, then Leila, then La Prada, and finishes off with Krania. This was a strong advantage. You didn't get to pick first. You didn't get picked second. You got to pick first, second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Right.
You got to pick your whole team. So really, this was carte blanche to have the superstar team. And I'm like, why did you leave off some of these people?
I mean, was it going by friendship? Were we going by who I like? Or
she didn't even pick the top 2 from last week. Or 2 of the top 3 at least.
2 of the top 3. But I was like, oh well. Okay, girl. And so she left behind Melissa, Lightning Aurora, La Sheeva, Silvana, Morgana, and Vezirja.
Vezirja. You all might have noticed I leaned in because I was waiting to hear how Lana was going to pronounce.
Vezirja? I don't know. Y'all, I'm sorry.
Look, neither of us know how to pronounce it very well. Logan usually does that for us.
And I'm trying. I looked at it. Vezirja.
Vezirja. Just say it confidently.
Vezirja. That's who it is. Miss V. That's who you are, girl.
Miss V.
Miss V. Period. Y'all know who it is because I'm bad at names. But so they have to do a scene from Greece. And so they go in and start assigning roles to everybody. And it was no drama. Everybody was like, yep, I'll take this role. I'll take this role. We'll take this role. And everybody was like, it was very kumbaya compared to some other shows, some other times we've seen teams get formed and people assigning roles. It was no fighting. Nobody had to audition for a role. Nothing. It was
right. I was surprised by a couple of the choices that they made. Particularly, both of the Sandy choices kind of surprised me. Because, so Morgana Cosmica was one of the Sandys. And we talked about it last week, how she just, personality-wise, has kind of faded for us in that first episode. So I was like, if you're going to be the lead girl, I would expect a big personality.
Right.
And so I was a little surprised they went with her. Did it pay off or not? We'll talk about that later. We will. But then on the other side, La Prada had just been in the bottom too. I know she knew she had a lot to prove, but still, that's a lot to expect from the girl that almost went home. So I thought that was an interesting choice too, that we had those two be Sandy. And did that one work out? I don't know. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that too. But I agree with you. Very interesting choices. But the crazy part is they were giving them and they were like, okay. Like they gave them the role.
Mhm.
Like they didn't ask for it. They just gave it to them. And I was
Yep.
like, oh, well, there we
The
go.
one role that somebody requested that stood out to me was Sheeva. She said,
Mm-hmm.
"I would like to be Rizzo,"
Rizzo.
and as soon as she said that, I'm like, absolutely, because she's giving
Mm-hmm.
so much like Rizzo and how she looks. Like,
And and she comes with the snappy comments, and
uh-huh.
she's very like, I don't like any of these. I don't like anybody here. So whatever. I can see Rizzo with her.
Mhm. But did it pay off? We'll get into
We'll get into that later.
it.
So and so, um, they get a visit from the judge, one of the panelists. Oh gosh, you know who it is, David. What's her name?
Oh, Kiara? Kiara?
Yeah, the
Wait,
girl on the panel,
yes,
Francini.
Francini.
That's it.
Is it
Chiara
Kiara?
Francini.
Now you got me second guessing her name. I've watched 3 seasons of this. I should know
You should
confidently.
know that. Here we are talking to the person who ain't watched 3 seasons of it. And you making me wonder and question myself. But I think it was Frangini, I know that.
hmm
And she came in and she gave him some little pointers. She asked him to show her. She really didn't give him pointers, honestly. She just was like, let me see what you got. And they did a little bit. And she was like, okay, great. Have any questions for me? And I was like, aren't you supposed to give him some pointers, some directions or something? Nah. It was just good. I just want to see what you're doing. Bye. And she left. I was like, oh.
It was pretty uneventful, like, this first portion, like,
Mm-hmm.
it seemed they just zipped through it, and I'm okay with that.
I'm
Like,
okay with it too.
yeah, it was a shorter episode than last week, and they kinda got straight to business. We have a
Yeah.
little bit of workroom talk, and then very shortly after, they go to the main stage.
Yeah. So let's talk about the workroom talk
Mhm.
since we brought it up. Uh they go, like we said, they have very little thing, and Melissa was asked how was um how did her family take her coming out as trans? And she was like, I have a very difficult relationship with my family. I haven't been with my family since I was 12. And she got a little emotional talking about this. She was like, it's been a hard life for me. I've been on my own for a while. For a while, I was homeless and living in either a train or a bus station for a couple of days. I didn't have anywhere to go. My family is very strict and didn't understand things about my life. And it was a very sad moment because she was just like, it's just been a difficult road. She didn't go into too many details, but she said she felt good about sharing this with the girls because she really didn't have a family, so to speak, to share things like this with. And so it was
Mhm.
nice for her to be vulnerable and share her life, her story with them. And they were very supportive. People were like shocked that she had to go through so much at so young. And it was beautiful. It was just a beautiful moment.
Yeah, it was. Like, I'll be honest, like, Melissa's quickly becoming one of my absolute favorite queens from this year, like,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, protect her at
At
all costs.
all costs.
Yeah, she doesn't deserve anything bad ever. She even talked a little bit about how, like, being a trans drag queen, she's not
Mm-hmm.
even welcome in a lot of clubs to perform because they don't
Mm-hmm.
see her drag as valid,
Right.
which is awful. I mean, I bet anybody who's turned her away from working at one of their clubs is watching this season and really kicking themselves because she knows how to deliver.
She's
Um,
amazing.
she really is. So,
Yeah, yeah. And oh, I hope they are watching and they like, we screwed up. Yes, you did.
mhm,
Yes, you did. So after that, they gave us some shots of people putting on their makeup. Like, yep,
mhm.
this is beautiful. This is great. And then it was Oh, we didn't get a performance this week. It was just one.
What the heck, Priscilla? We wanted it every week.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. I didn't. I'll say that.
Nah.
But we're gonna go right into the runway of it all. As soon as I pull it up, yes, 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 there she goes. Look at Logan making beautiful,
Ooh.
fancy things.
Good
So
job, Logan.
good job, Logan. The category is cinema iconic, and Priscilla looked iconic in this episode. She looked good. Can't say nothing bad about this look. I was like, from the wig, she's giving me big drag wigs with this gold, looking like an Oscar. I'm here for it.
Yep, I can look past the nude illusion.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, it looks great.
Mm-hmm. Priscilla 8. Good on you, gal. Good on you. Up first is Sypario doing Miss Tracy Turnblad from Hairspray. And when she walked out, I was like, yes, Tracy! Period. I love Hairspray. I'm a fan of Hairspray. I enjoy it, even though it's very annoying at the end. But it's still good. I like it. I'm still liking it. I love this look. I thought it was such a good rendition of Tracy Turnblad. And I love she made the hair bigger and draggier, and the makeup was great. I know the dress is simple. I don't know if I like the tights under you look like stirrup pants, but other than that, I like this look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the look too. I mean, you can't go wrong with Hairspray, can you? That's like already so draggy. Tracy's mother's always played by a man.
A man.
Yeah. So it leans to working well on a stage like this as well. But yeah, I really like the hair. The hair's the standout for me. Because it's just like screams drag queen. I thought she was very successful with this. Yeah, the actual dress itself is a little small, but I don't think it really needed to be much bigger than this for it to work, because I think if she had done much else, it wouldn't have had that, I don't know, that homage to the original, because like Tracy wouldn't wear a huge dress, so can't expect this to be any bigger. But yeah, I thought she did good. She's somebody I think I'm going to look forward to every week on the runway.
I agree. And I think what she did that made it drag, the dress is simple and it's small, but if you think about Hairspray, Tracy Turnblad wore like color block dresses. Like when she had the big hair, she wore color block dress. She gave a sequence. She gave a sequence and shimmy shimmy drag gold. Made it bigger in what it is. She gave us a whole disco ball instead of just the simple color blocking of the dress. So I think she did. She dragged up Tracy Turnblad, and I loved it. So scores, David.
Me too. I will give her a 79.
I'm going to give her a 95 because I think she did. I really enjoyed this. Okay. I really enjoyed this look. I thought it was so good. The hair takes me. Ugh, it takes me. We move to. Is this Sissy Lea?
It is.
It's Sissy Lea. She's giving us the Godfather, but the Godmother. What do you think, David? I'll let you go first.
Yeah, this was by far one of my standouts. I had a pretty clear top 4 of the night. This is probably my third favorite, I would say.
I agree with that.
But yeah, immediately when she comes out, I did not get the Godfather, especially because we heard the judges reference Mary Poppins, and she shakes her head no, because this totally could work as like Mary Poppins mixed with Bert, from Mary Poppins. But then when I found out, like you see it with her actions,
Yes.
and then it finally connects. The Godfather, and I thought this was so dumb in the best way, and
Mm-hmm.
I just really liked it, and she just glided down the stage too. Like her presentation on the stage was one of my favorites this whole episode, I would say. Um, yeah, her face was great. I love the wig. Absolutely one of the best for me.
Yeah, I think it will be in my top four for sure. Is it third or fourth? I'm not sure. Think it's probably fourth, but I can't remember for sure. But I like this look. I thought her makeup was great, and I love the way she performed it. Her performance sold it for me. It was just like, she, especially when they were like, "Oh, Mary Poppins," and she was like, "No," and she kind of was like walking like, "Yeah, I'm cool." Because I mean, if you're the Godfather, you gotta be cool. You can't be extra. Godfather keeps it cool. And it's like, I make you an offer. You can't refuse. It's just, and it's, the crazy part is I've never actually watched the whole Godfather
Oh,
before.
really?
I've seen bits and pieces of the Godfather, but I've never watched the whole thing. Maybe I will one day. Who knows? But I enjoyed this look. And then she was like, it's the Godfather, but the Godmother with the dress. And I was like, and you made it drag. You dragged it up.
Mhm.
It was beautiful, and then the way she performed it was like, mm. I was like, oh, I love it. I thought this was great too. She did a really good job. Scores.
I'm gonna give this an 87.
I think I'm probably gonna give it a 95 as well
Okay.
because I really think it was so good. It was really good.
Mhm.
Lina Galore, Psycho. I said, wait a minute, girl. I said, wait a minute. Are you gonna do the whole Psycho scene in the shower scene and giving me the shower scene from Psycho in a fashion kind of way, and then we have the actual shower with the things coming out like water, and then the droplets on the details of this look was everything. I was like, I think this was my favorite look of the night. I will have to say, and I think a very close second by somebody else coming up. But this one was so good. I love the details in this. I love how she conceptualized doing the shower scene from Psycho in this kind of way. And I loved it. Her makeup is always good. I think Lena just has a really good POV on what her makeup should look like, and she does it so well. I really like this. I like that she didn't go with a full like gown for the dress, which is a short dress because she's supposed to be in the shower, but
Mhm.
in a fashion sort of way. I love this wig. She kind of ate this up for me.
Yeah, I agree. It's really hard to think of anything that she could have done to make this any better. Um, is she my favorite of the night? I think she's a very close second, if I'm being honest, but I still think she had the most clever concept of the night.
Maybe I
Um,
think you might be right for me
yeah,
too.
just the execution of somebody else just really did it for me.
Yeah, yeah.
But yes, the attention to detail is so great. Like we see sometimes people doing that wet type of wig, and
Mm-hmm.
it's the perfect wig for for this if you're in the shower. And then yes, the little jewels dripping out of the shower and all over her body, on her arms, like it was so clever. And I love Psycho. Psycho is one of my absolute favorite movies. So immediately I had to like fall in love with this look. But yes, the absolute icing on the cake is that hand peeking out behind her.
Yes.
I think maybe if it looked a little more realistic, I might have liked it slightly more. But
Mm-hmm.
it is supposed to be the silhouette of the hand
Yes.
too. So I don't even that I can't really nitpick. So great.
Uh,
Absolutely great.
Absolutely great. I love this. Scores, David.
I'm gonna give her a 96.
I think I'm gonna give it a 96 as well.
Hmm.
She was very clever. It was very good. we have the Little Mermaid. This is who is this?
This is Lightning Aurora.
Lightning Aurora. Yeah, Little Mermaid. What did you think?
So I really like this. It just gave me life-size doll. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the one thing I'll say about my parents, like I'm not out to my parents, but when I was a kid, Little Mermaid was one of the first movies I saw in the movie theater. And
Ooh.
when I was a very young child, I was at the store and I saw an Ariel Barbie doll and I wanted it. And my mom got it for me. So good for my mom for letting me get a Barbie doll and not being weird and freaking out about that. But this reminded me of my doll because like even like the bottom part, the pants part just
Mm-hmm.
kind of looked like what my doll looked like. But I thought she's stunning. Like this wig is perfection on her.
Yeah.
And her face is so good. Like really, really, really good. The only thing I don't like is like kind of the nude illusion
Mm-hmm.
in the top because that doesn't quite look right on her. But
Mm-hmm.
everything else is just such glammed up Ariel for me. And I don't know, she really did well for me.
Okay, so question: how old were you when you got the
I was
doll?
probably 5 or 6.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
That makes sense because I probably would have did that too especially if we just went and saw the Little Mermaid, and
Right.
then you saw and my son saw the doll. Was like, oh, I want that because the Little Mermaid was so fresh in his mind, and he wanted
Hmm.
to see it, and he wanted the doll. I would have got it too. Like, sure, get the doll. No weird things. He wants the doll because he likes the movie.
Exactly.
But yeah, I thought she looks beautiful. I did. I agree with you. I didn't like the top part of this outfit. I like the bottom part. I love her hair. I love the makeup. I love the jewelry and the silhouette that she went for. And I agree. It looks like the doll because it's like it gives us she was the mermaid and then you can take the skirt off and she has legs and
Mhm.
now she's, a human. And I like that. I didn't mind that at all. I thought it was a good look. She looks pretty. She looks
And she is a
yeah.
doll.
She is a doll. Very, very pretty.
The dollification.
Dollification. But see. Okay. But scores, David.
I'm going to give her a very strong 84.
I'm going to give her a strong 86 because she did well.
Mhm.
Anna,
Amy.
Amy. I don't know why I'm calling her Anna.
Krania.
Right. That's why I was trying to go. But Amy giving us Kill Bill, and I was like, okay. When she walked in, I was like, she looks like Uma Thurman for real. Like
Mhm.
she's giving me very Kill Bill. I That's an iconic pantsuit, an iconic thing, and she wanted us to know that she made this herself, all for, and it fit like she made it herself because it fits perfectly. It looks good on her. I think she looks stunning in it. It's beautiful. I mean, I don't really know what to say. She looked beautiful.
Yeah, I like the concept. I think there's a ceiling on what you can do with this look though,
Mm-hmm.
because it's kind of simple as far as the look goes from the original.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really do too much without like straying too far away from it. But she did well. She executed this well. The only thing, eh, the hair is giving me Uma Thurman, but it still looks a little flat on top. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I think she's already got kind of a short, like the top of her head is a little short compared to a
Mm,
lot of people. So I think to make up for that, she needed a taller, like a wig that just extends up a little bit more,
mm-hmm.
because it does look a little awkward on her head. But that's just a nitpick. Overall, I thought she did well. She did
She
well.
did. She did well for what the concept was for this. So,
Mhm.
scores.
I gave her a 73.
I will give her an 80. Yep. Up next,
Okay, this is Verja.
Miss V girl.
Miss V.
Mm-hmm.
I missed. What was the inspiration for this? Did she
Anita.
say?
I don't. I remember they said something about Anita, but I don't remember
Okay. Um, to me,
something. Something about
she's
a
just
coin and
okay.
shipping. I don't know the movie.
I don't know. It might be something I know, might be something I don't. I'm getting old Hollywood from it though, in general, which I mean, if you have like this kind of theme, old Hollywood in general kind of works.
Yes, it
So she
does.
does look very pretty in this. I really like her face. I think this is the best makeup we've seen from her so far. I do wish it had a stronger point of view, and I wish it was something instantly recognizable to me.
Right,
And I think
right.
that's what a lot of them did that she did not do.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, she still did good. Like it's really hard to say anything bad about this one.
I mean, whatever the theme is, she looks beautiful doing it. Even if you don't know it, it's like, okay, I might not know the reference, but she looks so pretty. She looks very pretty. I love she didn't skimp with the jewelry. She gave us a big, bold statement necklace. The silhouette is beautiful on the dress. I love the stole. Her makeup is great. She looks gorge. Very old Hollywood. Not much you could say about it that, you can critique about it. It's good. Score.
I gave her a 70.
I'll give her an 80.
Okay.
Like I say, she looks good. Don't know what it is now. Back to the Future is here, though. What was the shaking of the head, David?
It's not a bad shaking of the head. It's a good
Okay,
shaking of the
okay.
head.
I'm about to say, uh-oh. Go ahead.
I really like this. This was the other one in my top 4.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was,
Oh,
because
wow.
what I liked about this is she took an iconic character and just dragged it up so much. Like, and you could tell she like kept enough details here that it took a second, but then once you saw it, I'm like, girl, come on. Because that's that dark brown hair, and then the iconic yellow.
Yellow hazmat suit.
Yes. And then there's like little details that she has on her, like the I forget what the car is called.
DeLorean.
The DeLorean. I wanted to say Mandalorian. I'm glad I didn't
No,
say that, even though I just
you
did.
just did, but okay.
But yeah, there's just so many like little details on there that are paying homage to this movie, and I just thought it was so clever. Like for me, it was. I don't know. I think she, maybe more than anybody else, took something and just made it such a drag version of it, and I really appreciate the other than maybe Sissy with The Godfather, but yeah, I really like this.
I like this for a lot of reasons. Number one, I am a huge fan of Back to the Future. The whole franchise of Back to the Future.
Mhm.
I absolutely love it. Anytime it's on TV, it doesn't matter 1, 2, or 3. I'm watching it. I don't care. I
And
love Back to the
3?
I love 3. I
It's your
love
least
3.
favorite though, right?
2 is actually my least favorite.
Really?
Yeah, if I had to pick my least favorite, it'll be 2, but I actually still love 2.
Mhm.
So, but if my favorite is the order is 1, 3, 2.
Okay, I do 1, 2, 3.
But I love Back to the Future though. I was huge fan. Um, I love me some Michael J. Fox. Ugh, still love me some Michael J. Fox. So I love this movie and I love this look. I love that she took something so iconic as just even something simple as the yellow hazmat suit because like
Mhm.
Doc had a lot of weird outfits that she could have chose from in any of the franchises. Like you could have put the lab coat on with you could did dragged up the lab coat thing with the big hair and then the glasses thing. It's just a lot. But this hazmat suit was one of the first things we saw him on screen, and him getting shot in that suit and all of that stuff. If you hadn't watched the movie, spoilers, I'm sorry, but you should go watch the movie. It's been out forever. I kind of like this. I love the hair. I love she dragged it up with the makeup and then just the little details, like you said, the bandana around the neck, the DeLorean
Mhm.
car, and I actually even like the bodysuit underneath it.
Mhm.
She kind of yeah. The more I'm looking at it and the more I'm talking about it, the more I like it.
Mhm.
So she might creep up into my top. 4. Because at first I had her like 5.
Okay.
The more I look at it, the
It's
more I like it.
good.
It's really good. All right, scores.
I gave her an 85.
I have to give it a 96. She might creep up in that spot with Lina and Sypario and them, because I kind of really like this.
La Prada.
La Prada. This was okay. Okay, you go ahead.
I mean, I thought it was pretty. Like, I thought this was a huge step up from what she did last week. She's doing a Carmen Miranda inspiration. Not somebody I'm incredibly familiar with. So it's harder for me with a lot of, like, compared to a lot of these other looks where I instantly recognize who they're supposed to be. And for her, I just don't have that inherent appreciation for it. But I do think her makeup is better. I do like the tail of her skirt. I thought her delivery was good. It was not one of the ones that left the biggest impression on me, but I did think it was a big step up from last week, which is kind of rough.
So I knew this was Carmen Miranda. I just didn't want the all black Carmen Miranda. I wanted more color, because Carmen Miranda had a lot more color and vibrancy to her. And I wanted that. And I didn't like this black, but I liked the look of it. You know what I mean? I just didn't like the color of it. I like the way she performed it. She looks very pretty, very pretty. And I got the reference right away when she came out. I was like, oh, okay, she's supposed to be Carmen Miranda. Great. But I wanted more color. Like, Carmen wore a lot of reds and yellows and lots of colors.
Pink gloves.
She got pink gloves, but more vibrancy. It was too dark. And I'm like, are we giving us Fallen Angel Carmen Miranda? Or,
Wait, are those her pink gloves, or is she holding somebody's hand? She might be holding somebody's hand.
I don't think she had on black gloves.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah. I wanted more color. That's it. Scores.
I still gave her a 74.
I mean, she still looks pretty, so I'll give her a 79.
Okay.
Child. This is Sheeva, right?
It is. It is.
And I was like, you doing Pennywise, girl? I loved it. It was iconic. When she came out and that all we saw first was the balloon, I was like, no, she didn't do Pennywise. How is she go drag up Pennywise? And she dragged up Pennywise. I was a fan of this. I was a fan of this.
Yeah, me too. So I was trying to remember, on our Instagram video we did for Italia, there was actually a Pennywise look from somebody, and I couldn't remember if it was Sheeva or somebody else. But either way, I really like that then, and I like this now. And yeah, she dragged it up. I really like the makeup. Yeah, it's hard to go wrong with this kind of look, because it's so, like, I don't know. It just really is draggy inherently, because, like, honestly, clowns are so adjacent to drag that it just works. Some drag queens call themselves clowns.
Right.
But yeah, I thought she looked great, and she really, really, really sold it well on the runway. And I was starting to see a little bit more of that Farida Kant drag family, because I gave her a hard time last week. I'm like, you're supposed to be in Farida's drag family, and you're giving us that on the runway.
Right.
This was a step in the right direction. Farida would do something better than this, but not everybody can be Farida. She's amazing.
You are awful. this poor lady can't win for losing with you. She do right, you like, but you're not better than Frida.
You are not better than Farida. And never will be, because not many people are.
Oh my
Melissa's
God.
edging up there, though.
Oh, well, And I am trying to quickly scroll through the
I know. I was
Instagram to
stalling.
see.
I didn't stall long enough.
It's
There's only so
fine.
much I can say.
It's only so much, and I haven't seen it yet,
Yeah,
and
it
so
might have been
it
somebody
might not
else,
have been. It might have been somebody else who did it because
but it
I
was
don't see it.
definitely
Oh,
Italia.
it was definitely Italia. I remember seeing the Pennywise, but I don't think it was Sheeva. But she did this, and I loved it. I loved it. Scores.
I gave Sheeva an 82.
I'm gonna give her a 92.
Okay.
I liked it. And here is my favorite of the night. I am not even gonna front. I ain't gonna hold you. And I know y'all like you just so biased to Melissa. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. But the I didn't even see the Chronicles of Narnia. Like I don't even watch the Chronicles of Narnia. But I knew who this character was when she walked out, and I loved because remember we talked about I think it was somebody in the Philippines, I think it was Cat who did something like this and had the horse behind her, but
Hmm.
it didn't hit the ground and it
Right.
was like still in the air, and we kind of was like, I wish it hit the ground. She gave us a is this a centon? I want to make sure I say it right.
Centaur?
Centaur, and it hit the ground. I loved it. She looked the abs. Come on, Melissa. Stupid. I love this look. I thought it was so good. I liked her how she did her makeup. I love the headpiece. The details in this was beautiful to me. I loved her chest plate. Um, I just really liked this a lot. This is my favorite. When she walked out, I was like, yes, yes. I loved it.
Hmm. Yeah, I completely agree with everything you're saying. It was my favorite of the night. Yes, Lena was a close second, but
Mm-hmm.
it's so hard to compete with this because this is so so good. And I'm like, come on. As soon as she came out, I'm like, can we crown her? Can we crown her, please? Just give her the crown. And the crown would look good on this, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, her face is so like all the details there. I really love those contacts. They
Mm-hmm.
really add like even the color of the contacts like just matches perfectly with everything going on here. But yes, most importantly, the fact that the legs touch the ground. It can be done, and
Can
it
be
can be
done.
done well. Like she completely pulled off the illusion she was going for here. This looks expensive. This looks like top tier caliber for Drag Race Italia.
Yes.
So I really hope we get more and more and more and more looks like this from her because she's just so good.
So good. She eating this up. So
She sure
far, she's she's 2 for 2 on the runway for
she
me.
is.
She's
She
two for
is.
two. She's eating it up. But scores, David.
I'm gonna give her 99.
I'm finally giving out my full overflowing cup tonight because
Hmm.
I've been saving it just for this moment. 'Cause she ate. She ate. She deserved. She deserved.
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 Deserved. Yeah. Okay.
We could have just played the
We
clip,
could have
but
played it, but I
that
didn't feel like
that
going to listen.
entails some scrolling. So
Right. Look, and I have to get out of full screen and all that stuff. No
right.
thanks. We have Leila Yarn giving us the greatest showman. And I honestly actually like this. Sure, I wanted to see more yarn, but I'm like, if she would have pulled this whole look off in yarn, I would have been like, girl, stop it. Just get out of here with it. But I don't mind that she didn't because she gave us the iconic look that they asked for. And she gave us two
Hmm.
costumes in one. She gave us the showman look, and then she gave us the other character's look,
Zendaya.
the next character. And I liked it. I thought she looked beautiful. I don't know if I liked how she performed it, but I liked it.
Yeah, that's fair. I do like it. That was the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh no, yarn. Because I think we kind of got our hopes up that she
Mm-hmm.
would just be giving us yarn every week
Which
and
I
it would be
love.
so
It was
impressive.
so impressive.
But that's unrealistic, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought what she did here was good. Yeah, I do like that we got two looks in one, and I love The Greatest Showman. Like that's honestly one of my favorite movies ever. Like I saw that maybe 4 times in the movie theater. I was obsessed. I was obsessed.
Wow.
I'm probably very basic of me, but so I appreciated it just for the fact that I love the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But she gave us Hugh Jackman's character, and we got Zendaya's character as well. So I appreciated that. Was it a little simple? Sure, but it was simple but pretty and effective. So not much to complain about.
Same. I agree.
Mhm.
Scores, David?
I gave her a strong 72.
I would give her a strong 75. I agree. It was nice. It was
Mhm.
simple. We have Sharon from Burlesque here. I was like, we ain't gonna go through a season of Drag Race without somebody doing Cher.
Exactly. Yeah. And I was worried. I was
Mm-hmm.
worried about Silvana after last week, and we saw
Mm-hmm.
all of those very, very basic, leaning on bad looks from
Mm-hmm.
her. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
girl, please step it up, step it up. And she did. She stepped it up. I think this is better than anything she wore last week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's perfect for this type of audience.
Okay.
Is she really 44?
I think so.
Okay. Is RuPaul gonna come out and ask her, be like, wait,
you
so
really?
your application said
It says you're 38.
yeah, okay. I'm not gonna shade her
Mm-mm.
because it doesn't matter if she's 44 or if she's older. She
Mm-hmm.
still is here and she still is killing the competition. But yeah, as far as the look goes, I thought it was good. It was nothing amazing, but it was a great homage
Right.
to a good film.
It was a
So,
decent film. Look, it was a decent film. I'll
yeah,
give it that.
it was,
I mean, I won't say good. It was a
okay. People I know love it. I just
yeah.
watched it for the first time maybe like 3 years ago, and I was like, "That's it?" It was good. It wasn't
It
great.
was it was
It
fine. I
gets a lot
watched it
good.
for the first time maybe 2 years ago. It was recently that I watched it, and I was like, and I think maybe the commercials because I watched it on like VH1 or something. So maybe I didn't see the whole
Mhm.
movie and there's commercials and stuff that kind of like okay, but I was like, I mean, it's okay. It was fine. Wasn't nothing. It wasn't as bad as Showgirls, but
Mm-mm.
it was okay. And I had in my head, this is gonna be like Showgirls all over again, isn't it? But I was like, oh no, it's not as bad as Showgirls, but it's not like great. I've seen better, but it's good. It's fine.
Yeah.
And this is a good look for Cher's character in the movie. It was fine. I agree. I thought she was a little older, but and I think this face and is giving me older, but I feel it doesn't matter. I think she's still doing what she got to do, and she looks good. So,
Do you
score.
want a fun bit of trivia from
Sure.
Burlesque? So Kristen Bell is in the
Mhm.
movie. She's one of the only people that doesn't actually sing her own part, which
Okay.
we know she can sing because she sings in Frozen.
Mhm.
But she has like music playing when she's singing, and it's somebody else's voice. Do
Mhm.
you know whose voice it is?
No.
It's actually Megan Mullally from Will and Grace.
Oh.
Yeah, I looked it up when I watched the movie, and I'm like, because I was trying to figure out if that was her, and I looked it up, and I'm like, wait, it's Megan
Megan
Mullally of
Mullally?
all people? I'm like, I didn't even know she sang, but she sounded good on the song.
That's some fun facts I had no idea
Yep,
about.
yeah.
Interesting. So, what is your score?
My score for this is 71.
71 is good. I'll match.
Okay,
Yeah, 71 is good for this. And that's it.
that's it.
So, after all of that, we get down to the uh,
The
critiques,
judging.
the judging, and all of that. And not me knocking stuff
Oh,
over.
we still have to see the.
We watched yeah, the Grease performances. Now we
Mhm.
don't have the looks from the performances, Sorry, but let's talk about it. So first was the Queens of Love. David, what did you think about the Queens of Love's concept?
So I like their concept. It gave me Grease, very much so.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I did have a standout.
Mm-hmm.
Right away, La Sheeva was really standing out for me. In fact, I was like, I think she could be the winner of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there were other people that were good too. I thought Melissa was strong. She didn't have the
Mm-hmm.
biggest part, but she did stand up. She made use of what time she had there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Silvana was good as well. Silvana
Mm-hmm.
was very strong. She was probably my second favorite of this team,
Mm-hmm.
as far as acting. I will say the surprise for me was Morgana,
Mm-hmm.
because I did not think that she would be great for Sandy. I thought she might be too small of a personality,
Mm-hmm.
but she actually gave me some strong acting. She played it up. She didn't do a muted role. Overall, she was very good. So yeah, I thought the whole team pretty much did well. I was trying to decide because immediately before we knew anything, I was like, I'm a little worried for this team just
Mm-hmm.
based on some of the personalities on the other team. And I think this might end up being the bottom. But then when we watched it, I was like,
Yeah.
well, if this is a bottom, then who's the bottom two?
Mm.
And I did determine I thought Lightning Aurora would be in the
Mm-hmm.
bottom two, not for being bad, but just for not really standing out as much as a lot of the other people.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it would be between her and who am I forgetting? Oh, Vezirja.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Verzi.
those would probably be the bottom two if we had one. But watching it, I was like, I don't know. I think this team's doing fairly well. So I think they might surprise and get the win.
Right. I watched it. I was like, oh, laughed along. I thought it was
Mhm.
they executed it well. I understood what the story was going. Like I said, I watched this while I was at work today, and so I was like watching, and then somebody would come up to the table, and I had to pause and deal with what I was dealing with, and I had to go back and start
You didn't
watching
say,
again.
excuse me, I'm watching Drag Race Italia.
No, I did not.
Wait,
Could you wait a
wait. I
second?
still have 25 minutes left. So go in that corner and wait, and I'll call you when my episode is done. Thank you.
No, I did not do that because I kind of really need my job. So I kind of was like, I'll be back. And I went and did what I had to do, and then I came back and I started watching. I mean, not a lot of people could say that they could sit at work and actually watch a whole episode of Drag Race and
True.
not get in trouble. But yeah, since I was sitting out there by myself, I could do that. So I did that, and it was I kind of was like, okay, pausing, going back and forth, and pausing and going back, and so I was kind of like, oh, but this is actually pretty good. They're doing really well, and I agree with you because I was like, the person who picked Sypario got to pick her team, and she probably picked the people who she thought was going to be the best. They got to be like the super team, right? Because she probably picked the best ones. And so I was like, oh, okay, but they're actually doing well. I was like, oh, so if this is good, the next one has to be amazing because that was where my head was at. And they were really good. I enjoyed it. I laughed along. I agree with you about Morgana. I was like, is she going to be able to pull off the Sandy Row? And she did.
Mhm.
And I like their twist to the whole thing. Like they didn't make it like typical Grease. The ending wasn't very typically Grease, and
But it was
I
still
but
recognizable
it
as
was
Grease.
exactly it was recognizable as Grease. And it was like, oh, okay. I love to how they had the pit crew guy as Danny, so nobody had to be the Danny
Mhm.
of the group, and everybody could pick, be that role. It was actually really good. I enjoyed it. I think everybody was really good. I didn't really have anybody who was just like faded. Like I don't think anybody faded, but I agree some people had less role and but they utilized their time very well. So
Mhm.
I actually liked it. For me, I think my standouts was probably the same as Silvana and Lashiva. I think they did really really well. I think they actually nailed it. So I thought they were good. So then we go to the other group, and they were the Queens with a Vice. And so we watched their performance, David. What did you think about the Queens with the Vice performance?
Okay, I'll say it wasn't bad,
Mm-hmm.
but if I did not have subtitles on and I did not know what the theme was, I would not have gotten Grease from it at all. It seems so weird. Like their concept did not really click with me throughout the whole performance. So it wasn't really working for me. I did have standouts though.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I know the judges really liked Lina. She was
Mm-hmm.
not my number one standout, but I thought
Okay.
she did really well. She did really well. She was the last one on the stage, but she still made the most of her time. So I appreciated that from Lina. Lina's very good. But for me, the surprise and the person that really won me over was La Prada. I thought she was so good. I think she was also helped by having like some really good editing effects, like when she's yelling and just it turns black and white and she gets like red horns and everything. But I mean, the acting was still her, and she really played that up. She commanded my attention. So I thought this was why this was a good week for La Prada because she really did well. She easily would have been in the top if they had been the winning team. Um, Clearly, she wouldn't have got the win. Lina would have got the win, but I think she was probably second place. Um, but for me, most everybody else kind of faded. I didn't have a lot of standouts other than her. Sissy was disappointing. Um, I really couldn't believe that Leila Yarn was okay with just laying behind Sypario for the first half and just showing her leg every few seconds. I was like, girl, we're going to need you to do something more than that. And then Krania, you could tell she was struggling a little bit more than everybody else. So I knew she was going to be in the bottom. Um, I was worried they were going to put La Prada down there just to get rid of her. But I'm glad they gave her some credit. But yeah, this was definitely the losing team for me.
Oh, for sure. I agree with you. I did not understand that concept. And if it wasn't for the subtitles, I would have been completely lost about what they were trying to do. And then I was like, but what is Greece about this? Like, I
Right.
didn't, I didn't get it. I did like La Prada. I liked her, the way she took on Sandy and the Sandy that she was. It wasn't the typical,
Mm-hmm.
sweet Sandy, and she was the Sandy in the black outfit, but she was kind of like a little neurotic, but you know,
Yeah, and she took Chiara's Francini's advice because she was like, should I play it straight up as Sandy or do it as myself? And she really did combine the two
yeah,
in a strong way.
yeah. And it was definitely a one of the steps up for her. I thought she did really well, but I just didn't get the whole concept of it all. So for me, the other team, the Queen of Love, definitely were the tops, the winning team for me,
Mhm.
and they won. All of them won. They were
They
they
mm,
were they were the winners,
yeah,
but one of them won. Yeah, and the person who
deserved.
deserved very much deserved. But Silvana was actually the winner out of the group, and so she got a rematch.
I was surprised
Me too.
because I thought Lashiva
Me
kind of
too.
killed it.
And I thought, like, they thought that they were both so close in performance wise, then Lashiva could have took it with the runway.
Hmm.
For me, I was like, it should have been Lashiva, but okay.
I think she was a little gagged too. You saw it on her face. Like she was like, wait, I didn't win.
See, because she should have. It was. I thought her performance was in the scene was really really good. I thought Sylvana's was good too, but I'm like, but if they're both so good, we nitpick. We need to go to the runway to make the deciding vote, and clearly, Lashiva's outfit was better than Sylvana's. But
Hmm.
hey, we aren't the judges. We aren't the judges.
As the
So
kids say, we move.
we move for sure. Um, and so the queens with vices apparently they actually lost, and we get a bottom three out of this. And I was like, yeah, these should have been the bottom
Yep.
three.
Yep. It felt correct.
It felt correct. I was like, yeah, this is correct. Um, would you have put the two that was in the bottom two in the two?
I think so because, first of all, I really love Sissy's
Mhm.
runway. But yeah, I felt like Amy was the weakest, and Layla just kind of let herself fade by being behind Sypario for so
Right.
long.
Like, I don't know why we felt like only showing my leg is going to be enough. I no. But yeah, so we get this bottom two of Layla and Amy, and the lip sync is to Lizzo. And I was like, oh, this is a good lip sync song. I actually thought it was a good lip sync song. And I didn't think I was like, because like they don't tell you what the lip sync song is until they start singing it. And I was like, so what's the lip sync song? Like I was ready for her to say, you'll be lip syncing to Lizzo, so. But no, she was like, and you'll lip sync for your life. Go. Like, oh. And so when the song started, I was like, oh, I know this song. It was good. What did you think about the performance?
Yeah, well, first of all, I have to say this is one of my favorite of Lizzo's newer songs.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very happy to hear this, and I was like, okay, so we got this week. We got Flowers last week.
Mm-hmm.
So Italia has the budget for lip sync songs, I think. But the lip sync I thought overall was good.
Mm-hmm.
We had a very clear winner, if I'm being honest.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
Layla just kind of ate this lip sync, if I'm being honest. And I was so glad that she did because we fell in love with her last week. Sure, Amy's on my draft team, but
Mm-hmm.
um, I just don't know if she was ready. We found out she'd been doing drag 8 months, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, they talked about it in the episode. I'm like, to be here after 8 months of doing
8 months?
drag is pretty insane. I wish she had waited a few years because I think she has a lot to give.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't quite there, but she still did really well in this lip sync. She held her own. It
Mm-hmm.
just was, it was just not gonna be enough, you know?
It was very one-sided. She was just doing a lot of walking and posing, walking and
Mhm.
posing. It's like, and she'll walk across the other stage. And
Well, you loved it
Layla,
when somebody else did this in France.
um, not really. No, it's definitely not that. Absolutely not that. Because she was just like, she just took her same two steps, like da da ba ba da da ba da da, and then she took some more steps and stuff. And it was she knew the song, she had the words, she performed it well. She just got ate up by Layla,
Right.
who was all over the place, who was giving us a lip sync, giving us tricks, giving us stunts, giving us a performance. And yeah, I think she just did this. The right person went home on this one, unfortunately, because she
Mhm.
just got ate up in the lip sync. But like you said, 8 months. She will have so much time to grow, like work on her performance for lip syncs and work on her stage presence and all of that, even on runways. Like she'll come out with some looks that could be amazing in due time.
I agree. And I really think this season's turning out to be interesting because I really think this is not a young girl's game this season.
It don't look
Um,
like it.
yeah, and she's not super young. She's still in her 30s, but it does seem like the older people in the competition are just thriving for the most part. Other than Sissy, which I feel like Sissy's moment is coming.
Hmm.
Um, like it's kind of weird to me that she's been in the bottom three twice now. But yeah, I'm really interested to see where this goes, even though I'm sad that Amy's already gone.
You know something we didn't talk about that struck me as interesting since you brought up Sissy. In the untucked part of this, when they were talking, Sissy was kind of like, it sounded to me like she was giving her swan song. Like she was like, I mean, guys, you guys are my family. I live in London, so I'll never forget you. Like she just knew she was gonna be in the bottom, and she was. It sounded like she was saying her goodbye messages and her goodbye speech to everybody, just in case I can't see you when I'm done. Because I'm like, do you know something? Do you know that you're not good at lip syncing? Is that what it is? Like if you're in the lip sync, you probably gonna go home. But she was just like, yeah, I mean, I love my family, you guys, and just to, I live in London, so I probably don't see you guys as often as I want, but I love having my new Italian family. I was like, you finna go? You walking? What is happening? It was interesting, but she was giving the swan song and didn't even need it. She wasn't even in the
Right.
bottom two. But I found that interesting.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe like this has been kind of a blow to her confidence after
Maybe.
being low twice in a row. Um, and she might have just assumed like, oh, I have the worst track record overall. I'm definitely going to be in the
Mm-mm.
bottom. But no, she didn't deserve to be in the like either week. Honestly, I don't think she's deserved to be in the bottom two. She's been pretty solidly above the people that were in the bottom two. So I really do think she has potential. I would not be surprised if she gets a win next week. Who knows?
Who knows? But sadly, we lose Amy, and she was like, "I just want to give everybody a headache," and she left. It was sweet. I think she was sweet. I really adore Amy. Hopefully, we'll see her again. Maybe she'll come back for a redemption or a second chance
Yeah.
after a few years.
All
All
stars.
stars. Who knows? But before we move on, there is a draft update, and this we're very close. I'll say that
Okay.
it's not far for anybody. So in third place is Team Lana with 27 points.
Oh no.
It's me. In second place is Team Logan with 31 points.
Oh,
And in first place is Team David with 34.5
okay.
points. So we're all in striking distance. Nobody is
Hmm.
blowing each other away just yet. Myself and David both lost someone. So Logan so far is still only person with a full team, but it's just week two. So
Hmm.
we'll
It's coming,
see.
Logan.
It's coming. You will lose someone soon. And look, if the track record is going the way it's going, it'd probably be Sissy Lea. I'm just
Well,
saying. I hate to say it, but yeah. But it, yeah, we're still in striking distance. Nobody's blowing away yet. So
right.
that's that. So that's it. I I think I missed the previews from next week. I don't remember what it's going to be.
I want to say it's a musical, but I could be
It is the
wrong.
Rusical.
Okay.
I did see it. It is the Rusical, and it's the night of 1,000 Paloa and um, Karina, the judging panel. It's a night of a
Okay.
thousand limbs, the
Oh,
two
okay.
women. So I remember
I
watching
missed
that.
that part.
Yeah, that's the runway. It's going to be a night of 1,000 what?
Paula. Paula.
Paula and um, Miss Francini.
Kiara.
Uh, yeah, it's a night of 1,000 thems, and then it's the Rusical. And from the previews, they were like, "This is one of," or no, that might have been UK.
We
They
watch a
thought,
lot of Drag Race.
yeah, UK said Michelle Visage said UK's probably had the best because they're doing a Rusical as
Oh,
well.
I forgot to mention Dee Dee in the challenge.
Oh, stop it! I can't with you ever, ever. You make a mistake, even off camera. You bring it up and just try to shade me at every possible chance
Oops.
you can get. It's fine, David. It's fine. And on that note, um, we thank you for watching. If you stuck with us this whole time, hit the subscribe button because apparently you like us. And because you stuck with us this whole time,
You like us. You
you
really
really like
like
us. Like, speaking, look, since this movie iconic,
hmm
you know,
the Sally Field in there.
Sally Fields is everything. I got thrown in there. Um, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit all the things to say that you follow us and you support us because we support you and we appreciate you. Follow us on all of our social media platforms at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok because we are some funny people and we make some funny moments. I mean, you saw us laughing today because we're funny people. Duh. We will make you an offer you can't refuse. Uh, so follow us on all of those things. If you just want to follow me and David, you can follow us. Our Twitters are down there. Our Instagram is in our things. You see it. Follow us. And you can go down a little bit further and get you some cup merch. Not just the cup mug, but all the cup merch. We have all the things. So get the cup merch, get the cup things, and at lanacheesecreations.etsy.com. And for that, we'll say cheers. Good night.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.
Alfredo.
Oh, not Alfredo.
Tortellini.
Are we just going to say Italian food? Bye, pizza.